like a NASA rocket ship. YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here on this channel, we talk all things finance, all things investing, and we love to mix in a little travel along with that as well. Hey man, it's starting to come down. We got a storm brewing here in Vietnam. It'll be here in about 2 hours, so I got to get back up here to the apartment. But let's talk about a trade that I took in the futures market. So, New York time, East Coast time, 10 p.m., I took a trade, Asian session on TopstepX, 5 copy traded accounts, and we were in for 5 micros across those accounts. All right, you guys. So we got in 10 p.m., started to go up a little bit, had a nice little pullback, but guess what? Through that pullback, stayed strong, stuck to our guns, and oh man, after that pullback, the price action, chef's kiss. Beautiful, like a NASA rocket ship. It took off, baby, and we got out with a nice $320 profit across those 5 copy traded accounts, man. So, hey, I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna talk to you guys about my psychology of why I got into that trade at that particular time. And so let's dive into it. 1, 2, and 3, and we're back. Let's dive into it. Now, just a quick recap. We're on TopstepX. We have 5 accounts with Topstep. And of course, these are all copy traded. All right, so, and we did we're on the NASDAQ with this trade with micros. Micros run at $2 per point. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's get into this futures trade, everybody. And we're going to pull up the chart right here. So what we have now is a 5-minute chart. We're going to get rid of this line here. 5-minute chart. Let's make this purple line stand out just a bit more. All right. So down here we have a 15-minute level. But as I just said, we're on the 5-minute chart here. Every candle you see represents 5 minutes. All right, so here was the start of the Asian session on this 5-minute candle. So you can see Asia opened up, comes down, takes some liquidity, and then it starts to push to the upside. Now, I'm keeping an eye on how is price action going to react once it touches this level. So it comes up and then it breaks through this level with some momentum. You see 4 back-to-back green candles. So once we push up, at that point, I'm looking to take my entry because I feel like at that point, we are going to continue to go up. Then this red candle comes. You guys, that is where I began to take my position for these micros on the pullback. This red candle. So this is where I took my initial positions. And then you can see we continued to go up a bit. But then the pullback came. And it pulled back a bit more than I thought it would. Not much more, but it pulled back just a bit more than I thought. But again, that's also a lesson to where, you know, when you don't over leverage, you can withstand a pullback. So that's what happened. We got in, we pulled back. Now I will say this, now on this candle right here, I was in for only 4 micros across those 5 copy traded accounts. So the 1 additional micro across those accounts, I had that order right at about 25,267. So once we came up here, I was on the end for the 4 micros across those accounts. We pulled back, and then boom, on this candle, my order was taken for that 1 additional micro across those 5 accounts. But then it kept pulling back on me. But again, I wasn't over leveraged, and I was down at the most maybe about 125, 130 bucks. And as you can see, everybody, once this slight pullback stopped and price action reversed, it reversed. Look at this, strong, super strong momentum to the upside, super strong momentum. All right, so we get that strong push, and I ended up closing my position right about here. All right, so we had a nice, what was that? Got in at about 25,261 right here in this area. We kind of got in for the positions for most of them, and that's a 30-point push to the upside, about 30 points. That gives us our $321 profit on the day across those 5 accounts. Okay, so nice move, nice push, but as you can see, this 15-minute level was important. It was respected. Push, even though we broke through it here, we come back to retest that level and we shoot up. Now let's take a look at it. Let's change this chart over to a 15-minute chart. So now every candle you see represents 15 minutes. All right, so we have a wider view. So even yesterday, if we look right here, price action came down and touched this level and went up slightly. So that's our first touch from yesterday. All right, and we can look back some more here. Let's delete this one. This is not the level. And look, we have another touch. Now today is October 22nd. On October 10th, what do you see? Another touch of this 15-minute level. All right, so we got that one. Let's keep going. Here you have a rejection at that level. Here you have a rejection at that level. So this is going back weeks. All right, weeks. So we always need to look left. Always need to look left and be marking our levels. Okay, so we have multiple touches at that level. So that's why I got into that trade, everybody. And I'm going to turn back to the 5-minute chart just to show you also. I'm going to turn on my 200 EMA. There we go. So again, initially when I got in, that was right about here. We broke above the 200. That was another thing that I like to see as far as the price action continuing to the upside. So we broke above that. I'm like, cool. This is showing some strength. The buyers are in the building. Even though we pulled back afterwards, this was another indicator that we had some, the buyers had control, had some strength. Okay, so had some strength on that. Another good sign. And that was ultimately why I got in. So if we take a look here at Topstep, here's the dashboard. And you can see I'm taking my time. I mean, it's not a rush. You know, when I do trade eval accounts, whether it's with Topstep or Apex, you know, it's just to get some additional capital. You know, I'm here in Vietnam, and this is not a cost of living on Vietnam video. You can look that up on YouTube. But hey, it's great. You get a bang for your buck, a big bang for your buck here in Vietnam. So, you know, again, you know, I've got my stock options I trade on Charles Schwab. I've got my futures account that I trade, my own personal futures account. So when I do these evals, it's just to, you know, to pass them and fork over some additional capital into my main accounts. So again, no need to rush. We're at $1,464. And we're on our way to that $3,000 profit target. So for those who don't know, once you reach that $3,000 profit target, then you can go ahead and you pass your evaluation, and then your accounts will become express funded accounts. That is where you'll be able to start taking those payouts once you start to build your capital in those funded accounts. Here you can see we've been trading these for 5 days. Our worst day is minus $15. Our best day is $400. That's what you kind of want. Yeah, you want, small losses, bigger wins. Simple as that. And you can see the graph here. This hasn't been quite updated for today, so we should be right about here tomorrow. We're not, well, yeah, just above it. These stats here: win rate 58%. I guess they calculate this how they calculate it. I don't pay too much attention to this down here. As long as the day is green, the damn day is green. That's all you need to do is pass the damn accounts. Don't blow them. Don't over leverage. Take your time. And with Topstep now, you actually can pass in 2 days. But don't fall into that. Don't get your mind on that. Oh, I need to pass in 2 days. Just flow like the Nile River. Just flow, man. Just flow past the accounts. Get your express funded accounts and start taking those payouts. All right. So, yeah, you guys. So we're almost there. We're halfway there, and that's really about it. I just wanted to show you my psychology for why I took that trade. Show you where I got out, and that 15-minute level was pretty strong. It proved to be pretty strong. So that's it for this video. If you can like, comment, subscribe. Hey, let me know what you think. Are you trading on Topstep? Which prop firm are you trading on? How do you like it? Do you like Topstep? What do you think about this particular trade? What do you see? I would love to hear it. And then let's just, hey, since we're live, the market is still open. Again, I took that trade at about 10 p.m. New York time. But as you can see, we're still flowing. The market is still rolling right now. But I'm going to go ahead and do this live. So I'm going to take a trend line, and I'm just going to draw it across like this also. I just saw that. So you need to always be aware of what's going on. So now we have 2 touches of this trend line that took place. So we can, once the market opens, we'll see how price action is going to react with to this trend line throughout the day. Is it going to come down and bounce up? Is it going to break the trend line and go to the downside in a few hours? We don't know. But I'm done for the day. The greed monster, I'm kind of like fighting them off. Get out of here. Get away. Get away, greed. Get away. But I'm not. I'm cool. I'll wait. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, so but I'm always studying price action, so I'm going to be paying attention to how this moves throughout the day and how it reacts to this trend line. Now, let's just say, for example, just hypothetically, you see we have this 200 moving average. You see we have a trend line. All right, confluence. So if I were to get back in, if I wanted to, which I'm not, but if I wanted to, you would have a pretty strong case for taking a trade if this EMA, this 200 EMA, intersects with this trend line, and then price action comes down at the same time. So so like you get, let's just say, for example, it's like this, right? And let's say price action comes down to a point like right here. So if that happens in a few hours or so, that's strong confluence. Trend line and a 200 EMA cross, price action touches it, you have a pretty strong case for a move to the upside. So that can happen. Okay, so it's just things to take note, you guys. But okay, this is it. I just saw that real quick, live in motion. I'm like, oh man, trend line. Okay, got to mark it. So always be marking. And let me show you. I know I said that was it. Let me show you one more thing as well, because I feel like once the market opens, we're gonna push up more and take some liquidity on the daily chart. Let's take a quick look at that, and I'll let you go and get on with your day. But look at the daily chart here. Here is the daily chart. Here is the high right here, right? The high is here at 25,393, right here. So here we go. Get a little closer. This is our high right here. Now look how close we are to the high. So currently, if you look here, we're at 25,330. Here, the high is 25,393. So we're roughly 60 points away from this liquidity up here. Now, you can never say what's definitely going to happen, but if I were a betting man, I would say that there's a really, really good chance we're going to come up and take that liquidity today. It's only 60 points away. All right. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done now. But hey, you guys, again, like, comment, subscribe. You know, we talk all things finance on this channel, charting, real estate, stocks to watch. Hey, you guys, I will catch you on the next video. Thank you for watching.